will assess. TDMA works on number of time slots. Every user will be assigned with a certain time slot in which they can assess the channel. They can assess the frequencies, the forward frequency channel and the reverse frequency channel. So in GSM, we are basically having this kind of structure. ठीक है, अभी आप ऊपर देखो, सबसे पहले you are having a hyperframe. In hyperframe, we are having number of super frames. One hyperframe will contain the number of super frames. Like the hyperframe will start from the superframe number 0, then 1, then 2, up to 2047. So one superframe, hyperframe से नीचे वाले diagram, superframe. One superframe will have 51 frames. Fine. One superframe will have total 51 frames starting from 0 to 50. So it will contain the timing slot of 6 seconds and 120 milliseconds. And one hyperframe will have the timing 3 hours, 28 minutes, 53 seconds and 760 milliseconds. This is a standard timing that is defined for TDMA frame structure. Okay? One hyperframe में we are having number of super frames starting from 0 to up to a range of 2047. And one superframe will contain 51 frames. And one superframe will contain 26 training frames. So training frames are light below to the superframe. So training frames is having the range of 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 25. Total 26 training frames are there in one superframe. And then we are having in one frame, we are having total 8 number of time slots. Or you can say in one frame, we are having total 26 multiframes. Or you can say 51 multiframes. 26 multiframes will be in the frame number 0. ठीक है, अब आप सुपर फ्रेम देखो. सुपर फ्रेम में आपका जो फर्स्ट फ्रेम है, फर्स्ट ट्रेनिंग फ्रेम है 0. Now first training frame in the super frame will contain total 26 multiframes starting from 0 up to 25, and each multiframe has a timing of 120 milliseconds. Okay. Similarly, when you will see the training frame, one training frame will contain total 51 multiframe with the timing of 235.4 milliseconds. And then comes the one slot, or you can say the one TDMA frame. One TDMA frame will contain total 8 timing slots starting from 0 up to 7. So one TDMA frame will has 8 time slots. It means that at a particular timing, that particular timing is one frame timing. That one frame timing is one TDMA frame timing, that is 4.615 milliseconds. ठीक है, तो one TDMA frame timing has 4.615 millisecond duration, and it will contain total 8 timing slots. Means simultaneously 8 users can access one TDMA frame. ठीक है, so this is the whole organization of GSM TDMA frame structures. ठीक है. So it will contain hyperframe, then superframe, then training frames, and then multiframes, and then one TDMA frame. So this is the hierarchical structure. So every TDMA frame will contain total 8 timing slots. Means in one TDMA frame, 8 users can simultaneously access the forward and reverse channel on the time shared basis. ठीक है, समझ आ गया? फ्रेम स्ट्रक्चर क्लियर है सभी को?
Yes, ma'am.
So in GSM TDM, time division duplex channels. It is basically used for the communication on the forward and reverse link. It doesn't happen simultaneously in the transmission side as well as in the reception side, reception of signal side. There are a timing slot that are delayed. जैसे अभी आप फॉरवर्ड चैनल देख रहे हो और आप रिवर्स लिंक देख रहे हो. Forward channel is from your BTS, in which your base transceiver station will transmit the signal, and in reverse link the mobile station will transmit the signals. Okay, so in forward link the BTS will transmit the signal to the mobile station, and in reverse link the mobile station will transmit the signal to the BTS base transceiver station. So by use of time division duplex, the transmitter and the receiver both have a timing difference. ठीक है, जैसे अभी आप फॉरवर्ड चैनल में देख रहे हो, फॉरवर्ड चैनल will transmit its signal in a way that it has the 3 timing slot gaps in comparison with the reverse link. ठीक है, जैसे फॉरवर्ड चैनल पहले अपना एक टाइमिंग फ्रेम TDM फ्रेम ट्रांसमिट कर देगा जो कि 8 स्लॉट्स है, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 टाइमिंग स्लॉट से फॉरवर्ड लिंक में सिग्नल ट्रांसमिट हो गया. ठीक है, अब जब रिवर्स लिंक ने सिग्नल ट्रांसमिट करना है तो वो 3 टाइम स्लॉट्स को वेकेंट करेगा और यू कैन से डिले करेगा. ठीक है, तो अब जब आप रिवर्स लिंक को देख रहे हो, रिवर्स लिंक का जो फ्रेम स्टार्ट होगा वो होगा आफ्टर 3 वेकेंट टाइमिंग स्लॉट्स. तो 3 टाइम स्लॉट जो है उसका डिले इंट्रोड्यूस कर देंगे. जो डिले होगा वो यहाँ पर शो हो रहा है फ्रॉम द टाइमिंग स्लॉट 5 6 एंड 7. ठीक है, तो रिवर्स लिंक जो अपनी ट्रांसमिशन स्टार्ट कर रहा है वो स्टार्ट कर रहा है पहले 3 स्लॉट्स को वेकेंट छोड़ के, फिर 0 से स्टार्ट कर रहा है, फिर अप टू सो ऑन 1 2 3 4 5 टाइमिंग स्लॉट्स. So in GSM time division duplex channels, the forward channel and the reverse channel both will transmit signal with the gap of 3 time slots between the transmitting side and the receiving side. Okay, so this will avoid the interference as well as it will reduces the cost of the mobile, and it also saves the battery life of the mobiles. So in this way this signal transmission will happen on the forward link and the reverse link. It doesn't happen simultaneously. So it has 3 time slots gap or 3 time slots delay time introduced between the forward link and the reverse link. Clear? Is it clear? हाँ जी बच्चे, समझ आ गया? Speak up, समझ आ गया?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Next is about the logical channels supported by GSM. This is the broader view of logical channels that the GSM technology will support. GSM logical channels are basically classified into 3 categories. Those are known as the traffic channel, TCH, and then control channels, CH, CCH, and then the CBCH, that are your cell broadcast channel. So logical channels I have 3 categories: traffic channel, control channel, and cell broadcast channel, CBCH. T means traffic, C means control, and CB means cell broadcast. CH means channel. Further, these channels are classified into various categories like the traffic channel. The first category is traffic channel. Traffic channels are classified into 2 types. One is full rate traffic channel. Second type is half rate traffic channel. So it is TCH/F. F means full rate, and TCH/H. H means half rate. ऐसे ही कॉमन जो आपके कंट्रोल चैनल्स हैं, they are also classified into 3 further categories. They are known as broadcast channel, BCH, then CCCH, that is your common control channel, and then DCCH, that are dedicated control channel. So in control channel we are having 3 types of control channels. Further classification is into 3 types: broadcast channel, common control channel, and dedicated control channel. So in broadcast channel, it is further having three classifications like the FCCH, that is frequency correction channel, SCH, that is synchronization channel, and then BCH, that is broadcast control channel. Similarly, in common control channel, we are having three types. Those are PCH. PCH is your paging channel. Then AGCH, it is access grant channel. Then RACH, it is random access channel. So in a dedicated control channel, it is classified into two broad categories. These are ACCH, that are associated control channel, and SDCH, these are known as slow associated control channel. Sorry, SDCH is known as standalone dedicated control channel. Further, the associated control channel are classified into slow association control channel and fast association control channel. So these control channels are having these type of classifications. The third type of GSM logical channel is cell broadcast channel. So these are the logical channels. Now I will discuss the functions of each and every channel. The first channel is about your traffic channel, TCH. Traffic channel carries basically the speech and the user data for both forward link and in reverse link. So traffic means the data, the information, the user data. The data can be in the form of voice signal, speech signal, or the data itself. So it is classified into two types, as I already told, that are half rate and full rate. So here the specifications of half rate and full rate traffic channels are: in full rate traffic channel, it will carry the voice signal of 13 kilobits per second. In half rate traffic channel, it carries the voice signal that is half than full rate. जैसे अभी आप देख रहे हो कि जो full rate traffic channel है उसकी जो voice की जो bandwidth है that is 13 kilobits per second. हाफ रेट में इसका हाफ हो जाएगा, इट इज 6.5 किलोबाइट्स पर सेकंड, सॉरी किलोबिट्स पर सेकंड. ठीक है, तो 13 होगा फुल रेट में और 6.5 होगा हाफ रेट में वॉइस चैनल की कैपेसिटी. ऐसे ही जो डेटा रेट्स हैं, डेटा रेट्स फुल रेट में है. फुल रेट ट्रैफिक चैनल में डेटा रेट्स जो है सपोर्टेड डेटा रेट वो है 9.6 किलोबिट्स पर सेकंड, 4.8 kilobits per second, and 2.4 kilobits per second. These are the three categories of data rates in which the full rate traffic channel will support it. ऐसे ही half rate में the rates will be halved. 9.6 will be halved to 4.8 kilobits per second, and 4.8 kilobits per second is halved to 2.4 kilobits per second in half rate traffic channel. So data rates can be differ due to the differences in the control codings, error control coding. So these are the functions of traffic channel. It will support the voice signal, speech signal, both for full rate and half rate, and the data rates both for full rate and half rate. And these are their specifications. So full rate uses one slot in every frame, and half rate will use one slot in every other frame. So alternate frames are there in half rate channels. Next category is control channels. जैसे कि मैंने आपको पहले बताया, we are having three types of control channels: broadcast channel, common control channel, and dedicated control channels. Now the functions of these three categories are the broadcast channels. Broadcast means जैसे आपने number of messages, जैसे आपने एक single message number of users को transmit करना, broadcast करना. So for that function, broadcast channel is used. So broadcast information helps the mobile system about the acquisition, frame synchronization, and it will advertise the properties and services over the GSM network. Broadcast networks are used only in the forward link. ऐसे next है common control channel. It will facilitate the establishment of the link between the mobile station and the GSM system. It is also used both for forward and reverse way. So basically जो control channel है, common control channel, वो control information carry करेगा, like the synchronization information between the system and the mobile station. ठीक है, it will establish the link between the GSM network and the mobile station, and then it will exchange the control signaling messages. उसके बाद आपकी third category है, that is dedicated control channel. It will provide the exchange of control information when the call is in process. ठीक है, it is also used in forward and reverse channels. ठीक है, जब आपकी कॉल इन प्रोसेस है, उस केस में जो भी आपके कंट्रोल सिग्नल्स आपस में इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सचेंज करेंगे, दे विल एक्सचेंज इंफॉर्मेशन थ्रू दीज डेडिकेटेड कंट्रोल चैनल्स. Now, in the hierarchical view of control channels, in broadcast channel, we are having further three categories. Three types of broadcast channels are like the synchronization channel, SCH, the frequency correction channel, and the broadcast control channel. Now, what are the functions of these three channels, sub-channels of broadcast channel? First channel is the synchronization channel. It will provide the known sequence that will help the mobile synchronization at the baseband, at the base station. So it will communicate with the synchronization burst. It will basically broadcast the base station identity code. कौन सा particular base station at a particular time period में use हो रहा है by the mobile station, that information is carried out by this channel. Next is frequency correction channel. This channel is supported by frequency correction burst, and it will help to tune the local oscillator, the RF oscillator. So it will tune to a particular frequency, the frequency correction channel. Then we are having third channel, broadcast control channel. It will provide mobile with the various information about the network, its services, assess parameters, and the roaming users list, or you can say the neighboring list. So broadcast channel will have this kind of structure. It will having these kind of information that is exchanged between the mobile station and the system network. It will carry information about the network, about the common control channels. It will define the various options that a particular cell or the various access parameters that a mobile station is currently using. So these kind of messages are exchanged between the base station and the system network, GSM network. These are not visible to the mobile users. They are their network messages that are exchanged between the BTS and the GSM network. Now the third category is your common control channel. In this we are having three types of channel: random access channel, paging channel, and access grant channel. Random access channels are used by the mobile to initialize the communication. Basically, slotted Aloha protocols are used for this random access channel, and it is used in the reverse way. Paging channel, they are used by the system, GSM system, to inform the mobile about the incoming call. So through paging channel, the incoming call notification is received by the mobile. It is used in the forward link. It is supported by your device receivers. So next is third, access grant channel. They are used to send the response to the mobiles in terms of request messages, or they will acknowledge the random access messages. Okay, that the channels are granted. The forward channel and reverse channels are granted so that the call can be carried out. So access grant channel basically assign the channels. They are used in forward link. So dedicated channel will be assigned to this access grant channel. Next is dedicated control channel. Dedicated control channel having three types. Again, they are having standalone dedicated control channel, slow associated control channel, and fast associated control channel. Now, the standalone dedicated control channels are used to exchange the overhead information when the call is not in progress. Okay, when your mobile is free, there is no incoming or outgoing call from the mobile to the GSM network or any other network. In that way, that vacant time, some information is exchanged. That is known as overhead information from the mobile station to the GSM network. Next is slow associated control channel. They are used to exchange the time delay tolerant overhead information when the call is in progress. Okay, so if any delay is introduced into the connection of into the call connection establishment, then that information is given to the GSM network through slow associated control channel. Next is fast associated control channel. They are used to exchange the time critical information when the call is in progress. So while call is in progress, then some messages will be exchanged with the network to the mobile in a fast associated control channel regarding the timing. So these are all about the logical channels the GSM network will support. The functions of each and every channel. क्लियर है सबको, समझ आ गया? This table describes the summary. Which channel is used by the uplink and downlink channels. So these are accordingly used. Next is timing advance. It is this timing advance is basically a signal that will prevent the burst collision on the reverse lane. जैसे अभी आप यहाँ पर डायग्राम में देख रहे हो, आपके पास टोटल जो टाइम स्लॉट्स हैं वो 8 हैं एक TDM में फ्रेम में, स्लॉट 0 to स्लॉट 7. ठीक है, जब आपका मोबाइल स्टेशन BTS के साथ अपना सिग्नल एक्सचेंज करेगा इनटू ए पर्टिकुलर टाइमिंग स्लॉट, और जब आपके मल्टीपल मोबाइल सिस्टम्स हैं, मोबाइल यूजर्स हैं, अपने BTS के साथ कनेक्शन एस्टेब्लिशमेंट कर रहे हैं थ्रू अ टाइमिंग स्लॉट्स. ठीक है, जैसे यहाँ पर दो मोबाइल स्टेशन की एग्जांपल गिवन है. वी आर हैविंग वन मोबाइल स्टेशन MS1. ठीक है, इट इज यूजिंग द स्लॉट 1, टाइमिंग स्लॉट 1, and other mobile station is MS2. It is using the slot 2 for the communication establishment with the BTS. ठीक है, now in the reverse channel, जब BTS ने सिग्नल ट्रांसमिट करना है टू द मोबाइल स्टेशन, उस केस में क्या होगा, जो दोनों टाइम स्लॉट्स हैं स्लॉट 1 और स्लॉट 2, इन दोनों में आपस में कोई कोलिजन ना हो, so there is a one timing gap that is introduced between the timing slot 1 and timing slot 2. That gap is known as timing advance, so that आपस में there is avoidance of collision between the two timing slots. Signal clashing should be avoided. So for that thing, one delay signal is introduced between the two timing slots in the reverse channel. That thing is known as timing advance. So maximum 63 bits are used for this timing advance signal. यहाँ तक क्लियर है सभी को, टाइमिंग एडवांस तक? यस, यहाँ तक क्लियर है? कोई डाउट है किसी को?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next is how the signal is processed into the GSM network. So basically, TDMA technology is used in GSM for signal processing, both in the transmitting side and in receiving side. So we are having a block diagram. in which the GSM speech signals are processed through radio waves. So input signal is a speech signal in the transmitting side, speech signal, or you can say the voice signal. It is given as a voice signal to a first block known as sampling and quantization block, where source encoding will be performed. The voice signal is sampled over a binary values. जो भी आपका voice signal है, it is analog in nature. ठीक है, जो भी हम signal transmit करते हैं through a call, we will generally speak. ठीक है, तो speak is your voice signal. ठीक है, voice signal is basically your analog signal. Now this signal is need to be converted into a digital form. ठीक है, for that thing we will use the process of sampling and quantization, and then the digitized signal is transmitted over to the channel. Here the channel encoding techniques are used so that there should be no errors into your signal transmission. So channel encoding techniques are incorporated for error detection and correction, and then the signal will be transmitted over a interleaving block, and then the signal will be transmitted in the form of burst signals. जैसे हमने previously discuss किया है, we are having the frequency correction burst, the dedicated burst, the synchronization burst, the speech burst. ठीक है, so these type of signals will be transmitted over a burst formatting mapping block, and then the signal will be protected with the ciphering algorithms for security purpose, and then it will be modulated over a carrier signal, and then it is transmitted over the air interface. So in the receiving side, the reverse process will be taken. Firstly, the signal will be demodulated, then it will be deciphered, and then it will be de-interleaved. The channel will be decoded, and the source decoding will take place, and then the digitized signal will be converted back into the voice signal. So in this way, the GSM speech signal can be processed. Here the detailed information is given about the process of sampling and quantization. Sampling is a technique that is based on the sampling theorem. So it will specify the conditions how the analog signals will be digitized. ठीक है, अभी आप यहाँ पर देख रहे हो जो आपका input signal है, it is in the form of sine wave. Now this sine wave signal is converted into discrete steps, and then they are converted into a binary information in the form of 1 and 0. So now these discrete values will be known as a digital signal. Basically, pulse code modulation technique is used for the sampling. This is how the speech are encoded using source encoding theorems. Source speech coders basically reduces the data rate that is needed for transmission of the voice signal. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि जो GSM है उसमें जो आपका वॉइस सिग्नल है वो फुल रेट चैनल में 13 किलोबिट्स सपोर्ट करेगा बैंडविड्थ, और हाफ रेट में उसका हाफ हो जाएगा. ठीक है, ऐसे ही अगर हमें कुछ वेरिएबल डेटा रेट पर स्पीच सिग्नल को ट्रांसमिट करना है, देन वी विल यूज द सोर्स कोडिंग टेक्निक्स so that the speech signal will be encoded as per the desired bit rates. ऐसे ही फिर we are having a channel coding technique. Channel coding is basically used to reduce the errors into the channel. The errors are mostly introduced during the channel while the signal is in transmission. So those errors will be eliminated through channel encoding techniques. And then next block, interleaving. Interleaving is basically used to increase the performance and reduce the errors during the transmissions. Then the signal will be get modulated in the modulation block. GMSK Gaussian minimum shift keying is used for modulation of the voice signals. Then signal will be given to the equalization so that there is if there is any fading or multipath effect and the signal get lost, then it will be recovered through this process of equalization. So in this way, all the signal processing will take place. That's all for today.